Hello out there in YouTube land. Well, as you can see from the title, I've got this little ditty to show you now. And this thing has got a backstory behind it. So stick around and I'll tell you what it's all about.
This is Surviving 2 coming to you with another video.
Well, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's kind of a story that goes along with this. It's kind of funny, but it all worked out for the best. A friend of mine went into Walmart one day looking for odd and end stuff. Found this in the discount aisle. And I don't know if you can see it right here, but I'll try and zoom a picture in on it, and it says $5. Normally I think they're around 11 or so or more. I'm not sure, depends on where you can find them, but he bought 2 of them. They had 2 of them sitting there, so he said, do you want one? That's a no-brainer. I said, not only yes, but hell yes. So I grabbed this one, and he had both of them sitting there, and I grabbed this one and stuck it off to the side and went on about my business. Well, I started checking it. It's missing a part. Well, I'll show you the outside of the box here real quick and kind of some of what it's all about. Now, this is the back of the box that you're seeing, and this is the side of the box that you're seeing, and showing all the bits and pieces that are kind of in it. Now here's an exploded view of all the bits and pieces that come with this. Okay, rather than me sitting here trying to pull this thing out on video and everything and fumble with it and whatnot and tell you all about it, I've taken the time to take some pictures of it, some still shots, and I'll show you what's going on here. All right, now here's the ladle system and the spatula and everything else all snapped together. The spatula and the 2 handles snap into the ladle handle, or a portion of the ladle handle. Okay, now in this picture I've taken the spatula part off and pulled off one of the first handles and kind of laid it off to the side. And I'm kind of turning it where you can see a little more about what's going on here. Then in this picture, I've taken each handle and snapped it onto the ladle and the spatula. Now also, these handles, as you see in this picture, can snap together and extend the handle from one part to another, not only on the spatula, but also on the ladle. Now here's the 2 cups along with their lids, and you can see how the lids sit on top of the cups, and then you can also see where the ladle can go inside of the cup with the lid on it and be sticking out. Now here's the pot itself, and then here's the pot showing the graduation marks and how big it is. Now, as I was taking all the bits and pieces apart and testing them and putting them together and whatnot, well, I found out, hey, this thing's missing the lid to the pot, which is one of the main important pieces. So we got a hold of Stanley and told them what we had, and they had a problem with that, but they were trying to work it out. So ended up, what they did to solve the problem is that right there. Now this is a 10-piece set, and this set I think is what, 13 pieces? Yeah, this thing is 13 pieces. So it's not only got the pan that I have in here and the lid that's in here, this is their replacement for the lid, along with everything else. So here's some pictures of the outside of the box on this one, showing you the front in a little more detail, and I'll show you the side in a little more detail, and the back of it, which kind of breaks it down a little bit and allows you to see what's in there, and also gives you what's included in the set. So like this other one, this big one here, I'm not gonna sit here and bore you with trying to take that thing all apart. I'm gonna show you some pictures of it. So here's the first picture. This is what it looks like when I pulled it out of the box, when everything was together. Then this next photograph is when I took the lid off the big pot and set it aside, and you can see the cutting board all folded up in there. Then I pulled the cutting board out, unfolded it. You can see how it is. Now I've got a picture of the two different size pots, the big one and the small one, with the cutting board in the middle of it. It's got the same cups and same bowls and all that as was in the other set, along with the ladle, the spatula, and the two handles. So now I can do extra long handles on everything. And I can figure out what I'm going to do with all these other two sets. Now the big pot here, you've already seen the little pot and the graduation marks on it. Now here's the big pot and the graduation marks on it. So that's it. That was Stanley's answer to replacing the lid on the small set, was to send me this big set. Good for you, Stanley. Go Stanley. They definitely did above and beyond on this too, so that's worked out. Now all I got to do is just figure out where to put all this stuff in amongst all my gear, and I'll be good to go. So basically, I just wanted to share this with you. I thought it was kind of humorous when I got this big one. I was like, oh my God. So anyway, y'all take care out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, later.
I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more in the future that I put out, just subscribe. Until then, later.